Welcome to Season 2 of Passenger Seat Parlay. And on this segment, we're doing Industry Insights. Industry Insights is where we ask people, who are they in the Matrix? So, outside of the Matrix, today we have NYC's hottest up-and-coming actress with a resume with over 24 screen credits. Sounds like a Capricorn to me. And my winner of the Best Actress at the West Midlands Horror Festival. Nice. And my new favorite scream queen, Miranda Neiman. Welcome to the Parlay.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Yes. So, before we get into the resume, I have to ask you, what made you want to break out of your matrix of being an Ohio native and becoming an actress?
I've always been really into storytelling. Mm-hmm. So I was really obsessed with like reading anywhere I could just bury myself into a story. And I think it just was a natural progression of like, how do I tell stories? Like, I want to be somebody that can bring the same emotion that I'm getting from stories to other people.
Right.
And I felt like the best way for me to do that was acting.
Yes.
And I've really enjoyed it. It's my favorite form of storytelling. So
I love that. Yeah. Yes. And storytelling comes in many fashions. Like, as well, I feel like I'm a really passionate person for storytelling. I like to podcast and interview people because I'm always asking questions all day.
Yeah.
So one of your roles that won you your biggest award so far was Entropy.
Yes.
Yes, Abby. So for those who haven't seen that movie yet, I just want to personally say, fuck Miranda, who was her partner, coincidentally named Miranda.
Right. It's so confusing, right?
Yeah.
On set, it was insane. The big Miranda, I'd be like, yeah, no, the set Miranda. Like,
yeah. I was like, and I am not a horror gore kind of girl. Like, I need to watch horror movies in the daytime because I can't watch it at night. So I was watching it and I was like, oh my God, first of all, it's different because, you know, like, I know you.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my God, it was intense. I just want to know, like, what were some of the things filming that particular movie that stuck out to you?
I mean, I think the best part of that movie for me, recording wise, was when we were in the basement.
Yeah.
And, you know, everything starts happening. I don't want to give too much away. That's kind of like the big thing. But that was a lot of fun. And just getting all of the set stuff, you know, the gore part of it is so much fun.
I was not expecting that much blood.
It was,
I was like, wait a second.
Fun. We really just had a great time. They're, you know, it's a little campy, but that's their genre. Like, they're intentionally doing it that way, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, indie films are way better than the mainstream films, in my opinion.
It's just easier to break into, too. Yeah. Like, you know, a lot of this is very, this person knows this person, knows this person, knows this person. So it just was a bunch of friends that just got together and decided to make a movie.
Yeah.
I love that. We did it in 2 weekends.
Yeah.
We made that entire film in 2 weekends. Yes.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. And it was long days. It was like, you know, we were on set from the beginning of the day until like early in the morning, and then woke up and did it again.
What was it like when you got the script?
We did a table read, and I thought, this is kind of crazy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, because it's a body horror, so it's a lot of stuff, and I'm glad that I did it because it was just so much fun, and I made really great friends. Like, I'm still friends with all of those guys, and I miss them. They're still in Ohio. And,
okay. Yeah. Come to New York. We're here.
Come on, Hale Brothers. Let's go.
All right. So would you say, like, horror is your favorite genre of film or roles?
I think it's just the opportunities that have been presented. I actually really like comedy.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay, good to know.
Yeah, I'm really comfortable with comedy. I think it's fun and challenging, and I think you can really, like, deliver messages in a different way.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So
gotcha.
I really like comedy. But horror is great. I love horror.
You do horror down.
It's fun. Right?
Even when I see you in our outside matrix, I'll glance over at you and you're very expressive on your face.
Yes.
So I'm like, I can see. And then watching you in the movie, I was like, oh yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
This is for her.
Thank you.
Now, would you say you have experience with both film and television? What's the difference for that, for those who don't know?
I think films are a little slower pace as far as like your delivery. You have a little bit more time to get there. But for a lot of TV, especially in like the New York TV scene, it's a lot of procedurals, right? So it's like very fast and get to the point, and you don't want to lag because we got to get to the next thing. Time is money.
Yeah.
Like, especially on like a TV, you know. TV
right,
set.
You got to know your lines, ready to go.
Mm-hmm. And you don't want to have any like air in your scenes. You don't want it to be like, okay, you need to talk faster. So it's a pacing thing is the big difference, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you more so like a method actor when it comes to that, or what's your style?
So I feel like I pull from different places. Like, I love Meisner. I think, I think method acting is great. It has its own area. I think I just try to, whenever I'm in a role, I try to think, okay, if you're into like parallel universes and stuff like that,
sure am.
I feel like, there's a version of me that would be saying and doing this. So I'm going to try to channel that.
Yes.
And yeah.
I feel like acting does take a certain level of empathy to kind of understand how that person would feel and just you transform into them.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like these are my circumstances. There's a version of me that would do and act the way this character's acting. Like how, how do I get there?
Now, let's circle back to when you were fresh in Ohio and the idea of, you know what, I want to be an actress. Mm-hmm. Like, explain to our listeners what that journey looked like for you.
Well, so I used to be a hygienist. Mm-hmm. So I went to school for hygiene, really just because, like, I ended up loving it and finding ways to love it. But I really just kind of fell into it. I'm like, what am I going to do with these credits? Oh, this lines up with this. I'm going to join this. Mm-hmm. So then I went and I realized, okay, I can't do this for the rest of my life. Yeah. And then I actually moved to Virginia right after I graduated college. And so I started reading. I read Uta Hagen's book, one of her first book. And I really decided I'm going to take this leap and try to take some acting classes. And then I moved back to Ohio. I started taking classes with Steve Francia. He does like really affordable creative acting classes. He would be upset that I called them improv classes, but they're pretty heavily improv. Yeah. And then I decided, okay, if I'm really going to do this, I can't just stay in Ohio. Like I know we're in a self-tape world, but to be on these sets, they don't want to have to fly you in, especially for like the beginning stage roles. And then decided, okay, I'm going to have to move, and it's either going to be LA or New York. Right. And I found an acting community before I even moved, and they were based in New York. And I was like, well, then I already have this. Yeah, I'm like, that means I got to go here. They're based in New York. Why am I going to move further away from these connections that I've already started to make? Mm-hmm. So that's how it all got started. That's how I love that. Yeah,
because your resume is down. Hey. She has credit. Okay,
I try.
Now, what's the main? I'll cut this out.
You're good.
Sometimes I slash.
That's okay.
So I wanted to know what's an insight on acting that most people don't realize? Because I know it's easy to see the glimmer and the glam and the finished product, but there's a lot that goes into it that people just don't know or don't see behind the scene.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's tons of things that, like, from outside looking in, you wouldn't realize. Like, I didn't even know what a casting director was before I decided to get into acting. And those are the people that are kind of like, they're like a filter between you and, like, getting booked on a set. So, they're just, like, these little nuanced things, and it's hard to put... Think about when you're going to do something, you contact the people you know first. So it becomes really hard to break into something when people have already really established these relationships. So it's a lot about like making networking and like making connections and being like, look, you can rely on me. I'm going to show up. I'm going to do this, and you don't have to worry about putting me on a set. Yeah, and just also being right for the role. Like you can't. Not every role is for you, and that's okay. Mm-hmm. And it's if you didn't get it, that means it was for somebody else.
It was meant for somebody else, exactly.
So that's also like really hard to be like, because especially somebody like I'm a Capricorn, I want to be the hard worker, like, and to get it based off of merit. But a lot of times it's not merit. It's
it's
just
nepotism. Yeah, would you say? It's a lot in that industry.
Yeah, there is, and that doesn't mean like there's there are some nepo babies that are very talented and that have put the work in, but it was easier for them. It just was, and I think that if they were real with themselves, they would realize that too. Yeah, that's real. Yeah, so it's really just about making connections.
Now, seeing that there's this huge community, there's been a lot of unions in the SAG area. So to explain to people, like, are the unions important for you guys? And if so, in what way?
I think they are, just as in, like, you eventually have to join them if you're going to be a serious actor and, like, do it as a career. Like, you're going to have to join SAG. Yeah. That's just how it's set up, because all of the big things go through that. Yeah. And they have these regulations. And it keeps keeps things fair. So like you get paid overtime if you're like over on set. It keeps conditions safe for children and all of that. Mm-hmm. So I think that they have like a necessity, but like it's also, there's like some sketchiness going on too. I feel like it just always ends up happening whenever you try to like, used protections, and then like the people up at the top, they get a little too power hungry, and then so there's just, it has its issues. I don't like that it's so hard for working actors to be insured. Yeah. And that's like the whole point, right? We're supposed to be protecting our actors, and like they just lowered or they just hired the requirements for medical care, for like and it's just or medical coverage. And it's really frustrating for somebody that needs medical care, but they're
you want me to do this 40-second monologue and my tooth is like killing me.
Right. Yeah. And then don't even get me started on the difference between like the medical coverage and the dental coverage. Anyways,
so it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what advice would you give anybody up and coming into the industry? What kind of insight could you share with them?
I think that the best thing would be to start networking. Some people feel a little bit weird about taking casting director workshops. I've seen them work for people. Yeah. So I really do suggest doing casting director workshops, and taking classes, staying sharp, making sure that you're sharpening the saw. You want to be ready you want the big role, right? But if you're not ready for it, right? Like, what are you going to do when the opportunity comes
Stay ready
around?
So you don't have to get ready.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, would you suggest like them watching different types of films, studying the greats? It depends how they learn, right? Kind of thing.
Absolutely. And I think that there's some actors that have a hard time like watching themselves, but I think that also like watching yourself and figuring out like, okay, I didn't like that. How can I avoid like looking like that or feeling like that, or making this feel more real? So
for sure.
Yeah. But some people don't like watching themselves, but I found a lot of like help. There's so many things I would do differently in Entropy now. Like, and it's just
No, that was scary, girl. I was like, I'm going to have to wipe my mind a little bit. It was the end scene. I'm not going to ruin it for everybody, but it's on Tubi. Go watch. That last scene with this. Okay. Yeah. Well, we're now at the part where we do pit stop questions on the Parlay. Let's do it. So I just ask you a few random questions. Okay. So if you could play a role, what would it be? Your dream role.
My dream role would be a lead in a comedy series.
Oh, okay. Like The Office vibe? What type of comedy?
Oh, yeah. I would. Yeah. Not a laugh track. Not any. Like, there's great sitcoms and comedy series that have laugh tracks, but I would like something without a laugh track. So definitely like more of like a Parks and Rec kind of vibe.
Okay, a little grungy.
Yeah. Or like
I could see you being shameless, like Frank's like illegitimate child.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would love that. Something definitely to the tune of that for sure.
Okay, very nice. Yeah. Now, because you're a scream queen in my head, what horror movie cliche do you hate the most?
I think it's just like the dumb blonde thing. Like, I think it's a little tired, and it's so prevalent even in like newer films, and it's like, why are we still perpetuating this? Like, there's other things that can be like, I know that they want to have like there's only a little bit of comedy buried in most horror, right? Yeah. So I think that they try to do it that way, and it's just like tired.
Yes. So, and you know what kills me about the dumb blonde? Because girl, she's always running in the woods.
Right.
Looking back, tripping. And I'm like, sis,
come on.
I need you to pick a tree and run.
Go.
Don't look back, because he is behind you.
Right.
Because I'm like, every time it always gets me. And you trip and fall. I'm like, why?
Right. Come on.
It's just, I'm like, that's the one horror movie trip. And you know what I hate the most too? I'm not going to lie. The freaking jump scares.
Yes.
Because I'm one of those scary little kids. I'm just
yeah.
Especially like I can't watch horror movies in the theaters because it's embarrassing. I have to watch it at home.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. I like to watch them in the comfort and privacy of my own home, cuddled on my couch. Like, okay.
Yeah. Well, for this special episode, we're nearing the end of our episode here with Miranda. I know we're going kind of fast today, but it is what it is. So, on Industry Insights, for you, we're going to do improv insights, where I'm going to give you a scenario, and then you will improv a 30 to 60-second monologue. This is kind of like your little, test midterm of actress, acting.
Okay.
Because you just told them we got to stay ready.
Hey,
so I know
you're ready. Stay ready. Let's go.
So, scenario: you're trapped in a haunted elevator, right? With a malevolent spirit. Convince the spirit to spare your life. You have 60 seconds. Go.
Hey, look, I've known that you've been here, man. Like, I can get some other people to come into this theater and this elevator, and they can just you can do it for them. I'll be your middleman. Please spare me. I do not want to be eaten or devoured by this evil demon spirit. Like, I will help you, but I cannot. Please do not torture me.
I love that. You probably asked for your first job.
Hey, right? Like, hey, take them. No.
Okay. Right?
Yeah.
Now, this is my one scary thing. You watch Goosebumps, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The creepy doll. Ugh.
Yeah.
I hate dolls.
Yeah,
even with the Annabelle. I can't even watch Annabelle.
No, or like Dead Silent. Do you remember that? Like, it was like all of these, like, it was basically just like a horror film just all about like these different dolls. I'm not a huge Dead Silence.
Oh, man.
No.
Definitely not on the list. But this is your improv insight. Creepy doll comes to life. You're babysitting when a creepy doll starts talking to you. Respond to the doll's menacing monologue.
I would probably just dip, to be honest. I would be like, all right, I'll take the kid with me. We're leaving the house. They gotta move. I'm not signing up for the next. Yeah, I don't care how much they're paying me. Oh my gosh.
Alrighty, this is a fun one, and this one I can actually partake with you.
Okay.
So it's a zombie apocalypse. We're at the office.
Okay.
You're trying to survive the zombie apocalypse, but your coworkers, Valkyrie, are concerned about meeting guidelines. So I'll start the scene.
Okay.
Because I got to type. Oh, man. Miranda, I got to get these reports in. I don't know. I know outside is dying, but I don't know what to do.
Right.
What
Oh, my gosh. You know what? I don't think that the dental insurance is going to care.
But if I don't submit them now, I don't think I'll get in. Like,
if you submit them, they're going to be brain dead already. The zombie apocalypse started with them.
That's true. But when they figure this out, I don't know.
Right? No, we gotta go. We've got to go. Nobody cares about the dental claims. All right, Val, let's go.
Okay, you're right.
Grab all of the scalpels. We gotta
go.
Lock down.
Facts. We need to grab scalpels, bitch.
Right.
Yes, we do.
Get that laser ready.
Oh my God, I love it. All right, that was good. Yeah. We're in there. Let's see. Ghostly roommates. My last one.
Okay.
A ghost is haunting your apartment, but they're more annoying than scary.
Okay.
I feel like this is more comedy.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I lean into the comedy for everything.
For sure.
I live in a pre-war building, so there probably is some kind of ghost going on. And it's in the boiler. It definitely is. Like oh my God. You've got to get this fixed. I've got to call like the superintendent or something. You've got to move into another room. I think there's a vacancy downstairs. They just moved out. Why don't you just go hang out down there for a little bit? Yeah. And
but Miranda, you're my friend.
We are not friends.
I love that. Yeah. Well, thank you. That's all I have for your improv insights. Thank you for playing with me.
Absolutely.
So now at the end of our podcast, I do like to ask a few questions. Okay. If you weren't a dental hygienist, on the side. If you weren't an actress, what would you be doing and why?
I think I would be doing something in the creative field. I've toyed with the idea of like doing events, like throwing events for different things.
Oh, or like event coordinating?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can see that for sure.
Yeah. I think that would be fun. Or writing, something in the creative field. Yeah. I just can't get away from it.
Facts. Yeah. Being a creative is like an instinct, I feel like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard for us to be very like straightforward.
Right. Yeah. So I think probably something along those lines, entertainment, writing. Yeah. Something like that.
Now, out of your career, what was your worst role that you played?
Oh my gosh. There was this one time, actually this was in New York. It was a newer director. He had done really well with a documentary. He had a lot of success. I don't want to say any names or like say the name of the project or anything, but they were moving into like fiction. Yeah. And the day just kept getting pushed back and like I had set some time aside. That was probably the worst role just because like it wasn't organized and he kept asking for like more days when it's just like, look, I'm this tiny little spot in this movie, like why are we taking so long? He wanted it at this exact moment in time, like when like a certain time frame for like lighting, and it's just like most of this can be done in post. First off, why are we making? And then you're not organized on top of it, so then we keep missing this time. Yeah, it's horrible. I hated that experience.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, sorry, guy. Right? OCD doesn't work at the film industry. Yeah. Yeah. Now, as far as stunts, would you ever be a stunt girl? Do your own stunts?
I would love to do my own stunts. I think as long as I did like the right training, I think that'd be great. Some of these stunt people though, they go through so much. Yeah. But I would, if I could reasonably and safely figure out how to do it, I would love to. I think it's part of the fun. Right?
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the Marvels. I'm like, I know y'all have some great insurance because that Marvel stunts are insane.
Mm-hmm. It's intense. And I think Tom Holland does like most of his stuff.
That's a king right there. Tom Holland, that's why he's in there. Yeah. That's a king. Mm-hmm. Now, you've been described as a quote unquote Nina Dobrev, Lily Collins kind of combo, which I totally see that.
Thank you.
So given Nina, I loved Vampire Diaries, the originals. Mm-hmm. Yes. Were you a fan? Did you ever watch that project that they did?
I did. I actually read it before, and I've watched a couple, but I've never watched the full series all the way through. But I did read the Vampire Diaries, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Now, what role would you write for yourself in that kingdom?
Oh, I think I would be either like Catherine or who Nina Dobrev plays. I could definitely
not
to be like overly confident, but like feel like that's who you put yourself in.
I feel like you'd play a good villain.
Thank you. Yeah. I think so too.
And you're the nicest person ever. It's always the nicest people.
Thank you.
And then Nina Dobrev, she's low-key a bitch. Low-key. I mean, low-key.
Right.
And she plays the nice little Captain Saber. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. I like to think that in the universe, when people are quote unquote in the Matrix, we're all different roles. And this is why I think it's very important to talk to people and like connect with each other, because we're all more than what we just do for money. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I low-key think that people who are creatives at that, if we were in the X-Men universe, we would all be mutants. Right?
Oh, for sure.
So definitely. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with Marvel, because I'm low-key a nerd outside of this segment.
I love it.
So thank you. Mm-hmm. So what do you think your Marvel power would be? Like your super power?
I like to think I'm a huge Spider-Man fan.
Okay.
So I would like to think that I could be like Spider-Gwen or like something like that.
We're loving it. Oh, okay.
I am obsessed with Spider-Man.
Okay. I'm going to invite you to our nerd parties.
Yes, please. Yeah.
See, nerds, we always find each other.
Right.
You know?
We're the best.
Yeah. All right, guys. So outside of the Matrix, apart from being an actress, Miranda here is a hygienist in the dental field, and I am an office manager in the dental field. So we're going to take a little time. Thank you. We're going to take a little time just to discuss what's it like working in a dental field and what are some industry insights you can share with people.
Oh my gosh.
So many things.
As much as I want to say I love hygiene, I feel like I've just lost my love and passion for it. It's very hard to work or provide a service on somebody's person, like to work on them. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
And I'm just not a huge fan of it anymore, to be honest. I want to make a difference. And for certain patients that are like willing and, open and receptive, it's easier. But it's very hard because like the ones that don't want your help are the ones that usually need it the most.
Yeah.
And that's really hard for me because I can only do so much.
Right. So, it's like, I'm here to brush your teeth professionally every 6 months.
Right. And then what you do in between there is really the important thing.
Yeah.
So
floss.
Right. And nobody wants to floss.
Teeth.
Nobody wants to get an electric brush. Nobody wants to do any of that. But then what are you here? And that's another thing. It's like, this is an elective service. Like, why are you making both of our lives miserable at this time?
You know what's funny? Like when you started saying how you felt, I was like, I'm like, when it comes to dentistry, I'm dead inside. I'm at the point where, shout out to our boss if she sees us.
Yes. We love you. We still love you.
But we just don't like dentistry.
Yeah.
It's just, there's so many welcome-ins and hellos I can give to the point where I'm like dead inside. I'm like, I could have so many conversations and just like the ones and zeros. People don't care about their health. No. And it's really more so like insurance-based now too.
Right.
Like if insurance isn't covering it, they don't want to do it. Like, ma'am,
spoiler
sir.
alert, your insurance is not going to cover it. Okay, insurance sucks. So
yes, you're always going to owe something.
Yeah,
And I think it's very interesting for us to like just kind of to discuss like an inside of industry kind of thing, the difference between a good practice and a practice who just wants your money.
Right.
So in my experience, if you've been seen by a private doctor, I prefer private practices because I feel like those doctors, they care more, their family practices. Mm-hmm. These major corporations, I'm not going to drop their name just in case, I got to slide one day. Major corporations, it's kind of like it's money. Yeah. It's like, okay, they have insurance. How can we maximize their insurance?
Right. It's a victim of the dental industry has fallen victim to capitalism, and it's like it's only about profit for the majority of those corporations. So stick with a private practice. You may end up paying more, but it's worth it.
They actually care, and they're actually gonna save your teeth.
Yep.
They're not gonna crown every single tooth that has like one little decay. Right. And also a lot of those practices too, they hire people at a lower rate or fresh out of school to give them their first shot, which is great for like up and coming doctors and hygienists and stuff like that. However, it's not so great for the patient and even those who go to like clinics and stuff like that. But I get it. Dentistry is expensive. Like we're fortunate to be in the field. Like we have great teeth and work because, you know, our colleagues do it for free.
Right.
You know, but it's like outside of this, I mean, I wish I worked at a plastic surgeon's office. I ain't gonna hold you, girl.
Seriously.
I'd be looking good.
Right.
But, you know, it's hard for, like, the everyday person to kind of, like, suss out good Medicare.
Right. I think that mostly, like, if you really look at it for anything, you just have to listen to the experts and, like, getting multiple opinions if you're not sure. I think that's fine, too.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, if you really care about it, you're going to have to put your trust in the professionals. You're just not going to ever have the knowledge of a dentist unless you go to dental school.
Exactly.
You know, so it's like you can think that like people are trying to be like money hungry, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. Cool. Go like get a couple different options and like and see, because they're probably all going to say something similar to to help you or to aid you. So.
And what's the educational background for a hygienist? Just so we're aware.
Yeah. So like you can do your associates. You can get your associate's degree and do hygiene. It usually ends up like everybody hears associate's degree and they think it's 2 years. It's usually 3 because you have to do like your prerequisites and then get accepted into the program.
The clinical training.
And so I looked at that and I figured, well, I might as well just get my bachelor's degree because that's actually 4 years. So I went and I got my bachelor's and and you can do that. And you can get your doctorate in hygiene too. But you don't. Yeah.
Fun fact though, next to the doctor, the hygienist makes the most in the office.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they make at least, well, now since COVID, they're making at least 60 an hour, if not 55. 55 is on the low spectrum. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of doctors are like, oh, that's so high. Da, da. They always have this running joke about hygienists that you're the most nitpicky, spoiled, and most paid. It's like a whole joke thing.
Right. Or but I even talked to you about this. It's like, I'm okay, even if I'm getting $60 an hour, the pro fee is $250, and then the exam is in charge. If I'm getting paid 33% commission, that's more than $60 an hour. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, like 33%, like if you're making commission somewhere is usually like, 33% of what you're bringing in. Right. Right. Mm-hmm. So like you can say all day that $60 is too much. I'm bringing that value. Like, absolutely. So like, okay, whatever. If you don't want to pay it, you do it. You do the process.
But no, I mean, the things you see in a human's mouth is wild. Yeah. I used to work at this office years ago back in Florida where when I would usually be reception. Mm-hmm. By the way, every single office I've ever worked at, because of my personality, they would always want me to be the main talker. Yeah. And I'm just like, look at you. Hello. This is what I do. Right. It's true. And I'm really good at selling cases. Yeah. But I would always be the person to receive in, right? So if we saw like a cute patient, I would put like a pink like little circle highlight on their name, hand it off to the assistant, and the assistant would like take it back there, and the hygienist, they would eval, they'd see the pink, they're like, all right, let's check him out. Yeah. But then if the mouth was gross, they would go over my pink with green. They're like, he's pink, but it's green. Yeah. But like if it was like mouth is good too, they put red on it. So then we know by checkout, we're like, all right, who's getting with this guy? We're all young and single. I'm like, yeah. Shout out. That's my favorite practice. Y'all know who y'all are, but it was such a hot mess too. Yeah. What I will say about our industry that is an insight that a lot of people don't know, there's so much drama in the dental office. It's crazy.
So much drama.
There's always a doctor sleeping with an assistant. There's always a hygienist who's like a supreme diva bitch. Mm-hmm. Like there's always a front desk who's an alcoholic apparently. Like there's always some type of like craziness happening. Yeah. Yeah, I'm always a comic relief wherever I go because I'm like, man, I do not want to do this for the rest of my life. Like, I can't be here. But there's so much drama. Yeah. Like, all these TV shows, maybe this is something you could pitch to one of your directors. Right. Like, they need to make a show about, like, the back end of a dental office.
Right? I think it should be called Veneer, right? Because then it's like the front-facing thing. I thought about this already. I've thought about this already.
Let's patent this. Passenger seat parlay. Right? Veneer studies. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Veneer. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Veneer practice. Yeah, and cosmetic dentists. Woof.
Right. Yeah.
Alrighty. But let's see. What else is the last thing we can figure out about our segment here with hygiene and dentistry.
Hey, floss your teeth, man.
Floss your teeth. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing. If anything, okay, perfect. I got my question now. We're going to chop and screw this thing. So if there's any advice as a dental clinical hygienist that you can give to the masses of the world, what is the insight that you could provide them regarding your industry?
If you want a healthy mouth, you've got to take care of it. You've got to think about it, right? Brush your teeth. Be conscious of when you're brushing. Don't just kind of get in there and think about each tooth as you're brushing it. Floss your teeth.
Yeah.
And, that's really the basic things. A lot of other things play into it, like your diet and all of that stuff.
Genetics, yeah.
Yeah. But baseline, just take care of them, and then it takes care of a lot of your problems.
Yeah. I always heard floss the teeth you want to keep.
Yep.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So.
And question, while we're on the little T because we mentioned veneers earlier.
Yeah.
What do you think about all the people flying overseas to Turkey to get the chiclet veneers from a hygienist perspective?
A lot of these people are young too.
Yeah.
I would if you aren't happy with your smile, that's one thing, it's your body, do with it what you want. I wouldn't do that. It's just you don't want to damage your teeth for nothing.
Yeah.
You really just don't, because once you start putting stuff in there, it eventually breaks down. And if you're young, you have a lifetime with those teeth. So
especially if you've never even been to an actual dentist and then you just fly overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to do an initial exam and maybe a cleaning.
Right.
But
maybe.
it's like you're on a flight. You're doing turnover dentistry really quick.
Yeah.
And then when you come back to America, other dentists don't like to touch other dentists' work, so you're screwed.
Yeah, and then it's a lot of stuff. Yeah, and they do veneers would be one thing, but most of these full mouth makeovers, they're grinding your teeth down to nubs.
Oh, they're doing crowns.
You know what I mean? They're doing crowns everywhere because they're trying to fix the occlusion too, instead of just putting them through ortho first.
Yeah,
it's just if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Your teeth are gonna fall out. Yeah. Periodontal disease. My friends have this thing because I accuse everybody of periodontal disease.
Oh, yeah.
I dated a guy with a broken molar once, and his breath would always kick, and I just thought, oh, maybe it's because we're seeing each other late night. His breath is always just kicking.
No,
but no, it's bro, that's periodontal disease. So as a hygienist, you can sniff if you work in a dental office, you know what periodontal disease smells like.
Yep, it has a very weird, almost sweet smell.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
Like flesh.
It's nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's the worst flex ever. If someone tries to talk shit to me, bitch, you got periodontal disease. I can see your gums from here.
Right.
Wild.
Absolutely. And most people do. It's 40% of the population has periodontitis, and then 80% of the population has gingivitis at some point in
Is that contagious by kissing, by the way?
They actually, I think the CDC just came out and said that it's no longer considered a transmutable disease, but me mentally thinking, I'm it feels like you would. It's really your body's reaction to the bacteria, right? So if it's introduced to it and you are keeping it healthy and removing it effectively, then you're fine. But if you don't do anything, and then you also,
Last and foremost, I feel if you have periodontal disease, you cannot be eating the cat like that because that's infection.
Throw off my pH? No.
Yeah. Right?
No.
Just because you don't want to go to a dentist.
Right. Ladies, please check people's mouths.
That's literally what I ask when I'm dating. I'm when's the last time you had a dental cleaning?
Right, yeah.
Right?
How often do you floss?
Right?
Do you have an electric brush?
Right. All right. Yeah. Well, guys, that was our little snippet of our industry insight into dentistry. Thank you, Miranda, for chatting with me today. This was such a vibe. If you want to catch her, she is on the gram, Miranda Neiman. Yes. And if you want to see her in the street to clean your teeth, just send her a quick DM.
Right.
All right. Bye, guys. Have a great day.
Bye.